Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am Sia Bryant. Welcome to the channel, Sia B. B stands for Business, Budget, and Beauty. Occasionally, I will post some things about beauty, but this one is actually about budget in a sense. I am going to count down 5 side hustles that I've tried personally. Not I've researched, I've looked online, I've got someone's testimony about it, I have my own testimony about it. 5 side hustles that I've tried from worst to best. Okay. So, first of all, before we get started, I just want to take some time to say subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. You can do it now, you can do it later. I'll give you that option. But if you like this content and you want more content about how to improve your life, I'm a woman of a certain age, over 50, and I have been many places, both literally and figuratively. I have lived quite the life, and I'm here to share my experiences in order to make your life better. So, if that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Now, back to the content. Today, I'm going to talk about the 5 side hustles that I've tried from worst to best. I've been a side hustler, even though that sometimes it just doesn't sound right to say that, but I've been a person who has dabbled in extra work for years. When I first started almost 30 years ago as a young teacher, I always kept a second job. Usually it was retail. In those days, the side hustles were really kind of straightforward into what you could do. You could have a main job and you can have a part-time job. But then as time's gone by, things have really things have progressed and changed in terms of what you can do to earn extra income. So uh, I got older, I got married, had a family, and did things like that that kind of precluded my ability to go and get a second job. And plus, I didn't want no second job because I was raising a family, as I said, raising kids and that sort of thing. So what I did was when my kids got a little older, so we're talking about maybe 10 years ago, I started to do other things. I started my own business. And then also, in addition, I started to do some side hustles. So, what I'm going to talk about are the 5 side hustles from worst to best. The number 5, I would say grocery delivery. Number 5 is grocery delivery. So I have been an Instacart shopper and I got in on Instacart before the pandemic. Now, I did Instacart starting, I think it was in 2017, so which is crazy to think that that was 7 years now. Okay. So I got started on Instacart. Again, I liked it. All of these I liked to a certain extent, right? But I'll tell you kind of what I liked about it and what did not work for me anymore and why I stopped it. So I did Instacart and I also did Shipped, which at that time we did Target shopping. So that was cool. So I did both of those things. So I like getting out, being a little active. That was good. Here's what I didn't like. So at that time, I was in my 40s, okay, my big fours. I was spending a lot of time a lot of time going to the store, kind of shopping. If you don't like shopping, this is not the side gig for you. I'm gonna tell you that right now, okay? I spent a lot of time going to the store, shopping, picking out other people's things. Also, I spent a lot of gas kind of getting to and from the store, then to the person's residence, etc. And then the big thing that's kind of stopped me from wanting to do the grocery delivery is that sometimes they had a lot of groceries, and sometimes those packages were big, and sometimes it was 8 cases of water and that sort of thing. While I pride myself on being pretty healthy and sturdy and that sort of thing, that's just not something I wanted to kind of be dragging around in my big fours at that time. Now I'm in my big fives, but at that time I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put a pause on that. So that is number 5. Now, I do know people who during the pandemic made a killing. In fact, one of my friends who I was telling about grocery delivery before the pandemic. Next thing you know, he's doing it during the pandemic and was like, "Oh, I've got this great new gig," and I was like, "I told you about that 2 years ago," but so be it. And he made a good he had a good run during the pandemic. Don't know, and I'm not sure kind of what the state of Instacart or Shipped, or I don't know what the state of the grocery shopping world is right now, but something, if you're interested, maybe think about it. That's number 5. Number 4, number 4 worst food side hustle, I would say, was food delivery. So again, I liked food delivery. Actually, that's why it was 4 and not 5. And you might say, what's the difference between delivering groceries and delivering food? I liked food delivery at that time because it was a short interaction, right? If you're delivering groceries, you are having to kind of become one with that person because you are shopping for them, you're picking up their groceries. Food delivery is like you go to the place, all right, you show them your little app, you go there, you pick up the food and you leave. And again, most of these things that I did, the food delivery and the grocery delivery, that was before the pandemic. Since the pandemic, during the pandemic and after, I believe food delivery is even easier and has changed in that you don't expect people to have interaction. People don't expect you to have an interaction with them when you're delivering their food. Nowadays, it's like, hey, dropping it off. You don't have an interaction with the person. So I think that's a great thing. That was a wonderful thing. So I liked food delivery at that time, but the big downfall was the wear and tear on my car. Didn't love that. And the wear and tear on me because there was a lot of getting in and out of the car. And again, at that time, I pride myself on being fairly healthy, but yeah, 40 something, getting in and out of the car several times or whatever, and the amount of money that you got for doing that, I was like, I'm gonna need to retire from that. So that's number 4. Number 3 side hustle that I've tried, ranked from worst to best, is Turo. Okay. What is Turo? Turo is a car sharing business in which you have your personal automobile and you put it and you post it on the Turo site and people can rent it. Okay. So at that time when I was doing Turo, I had a second car. I had a child who was in college who couldn't take the car to college. So I said, I'm going to put this car on Turo. And I did. And it was a good way to make somewhat semi passive income. If the car was just going to sit there anyway, why not make some money off of the car? So I did that. Some of the positives, again, it's kind of a passive-ish way of making income. So that was good. If you have car payments, some people purchase cars just to do Turo with. And if you want to do that, that's one thing. That's great, because you can more than likely kind of pay for your car payment and your insurance through rentals, people who are renting your car on the platform. So that's one thing. Okay. So that was a good thing about Turo. What started to kind of wear on me and get on my nerves about Turo was the fact that, number one, and some people, this kind of bothers some people more than others, is the fact that, strangers are driving your car. So you may not be crazy about that. If you're really particular about your automobile and you don't, and then this is not the side gig for you. So that's one thing. Second thing was, for me, it was finding out how to get the car to the person and how to deliver the car, how to get myself back to my home after I delivered the car, and then without having and wanting people to come to my home to pick up the car. So it became a logistical puzzle. Okay, I won't say nightmare, but it became a lot logistically, right? So if you have an extra driver that can help you drop off cars and that sort of thing, I really didn't have it at the time. So that became a lot. So that's the reason why Turo became number 3 on my list. Okay. Number 2 on my list for the side hustles that I've tried from worst to best. Okay, we're on number 2. Number 2, Amazon influencer or Amazon affiliate. So here's what I liked about this. I became an affiliate in the Amazon influencer program, which means that I could do something like take this mouse and do a review on it and upload it. And if Amazon kind of uploaded my review on the page that people went to buy this mouse, and they looked at my review right before they bought it, I would get a commission, a small commission on that. And I do mean small, very, very small commission on that, right? And maybe around 2 years ago, it was all the rage, becoming an Amazon influencer, or qualifying to be an Amazon influencer. And people were making hundreds of dollars a month or thousands of dollars per month. And they were doing hundreds of reviews or thousands of reviews on Amazon, right? But so the good part is, once you do a review, you upload it, it's evergreen, and you really can't control whether or not Amazon pushes it out to everyone or not. You can't control that. So that's one thing, but it doesn't take long. The review is going to be like a minute or less. You're not doing a 20-minute review on this product. It's like, hey, everyone, here I'm doing this review on this mouse, and it looks like it's in my favorite color, pink, and you're just giving your testimonial. So that's the good part. You can give your testimonial. You can get your viewers to maybe try to click to buy the product. So that's the good part. It's evergreen, it's semi-passive once you upload the video. The down part is that unless the product costs a lot and it is in a category that gives you a larger commission, the commissions are very, very low. Okay, so it's a very kind of passive way to make income. And if I were more consistent and I'm like, hey, every week I'm going to upload 5 more products and I'm going to do this, then maybe. But generally speaking, for a person who kind of really got into it at the beginning and then was like, the commissions are low. So I like the Amazon influencer program. And because also, now check this out, occasionally they'll have great incentives or great programs that you can take advantage of. I can't talk about any specifics because then I might get like in trouble and get kicked off of the Amazon influencer program. Don't want that. But occasionally they will have promotions that will make it well worth your while to go ahead and upload those videos. So I like that for the Amazon influencer program. The big thing that I didn't like, it's very low, the payouts that can kind of stack up and kind of add up over time and add up to a larger thing. But it's kind of hit or miss. So that's why that's number two, the Amazon affiliate program. The number one side hustle that I have tried, and some of you, if you've been to this channel before, you can probably guess exactly what it is. It is online slash mobile notary. Being an online slash mobile notary, that is hands down my favorite side hustle. I like it so much that I started, and I've posted about it on this channel. I've done some trainings for people. I've had groups about how to have a successful notary business. Now, it's work, but one thing that I enjoy about it, especially being an online notary, is I can do it from right here at home. I don't have to get in my car and I don't have to go and deliver things to people and spend gas and that sort. So I really like that part. I also like the fact that right now I am primarily on the notarized platform. So there's a great amount of flexibility there. So love that as well. Being a mobile notary, I like the fact that there's flexibility there. People call me, are you available? Can you do this? And most of the time, yes. But sometime if I have something else to do or if I'm scheduled for something, no, I'm sorry, I'm not available. Then that's it. It is a business that you have to know what you're doing. Each state or commonwealth is different in terms of what their requirements are in order to become a notary, right? So you have to know that in order to make sure that you are in line with your jurisdiction's laws. But I love being a notary. I love helping people in that way. Most of the time, you are helping people for a good event. Okay. Sometimes you're helping people through a not so good time, but I also like being able to assist people in those ways as well. So that is my number one side hustle that I have tried. That is being an online slash mobile notary. So there you go. So that's it, folks. I just wanted to give you some insight into side hustle world, especially for women of a certain age or men of a certain age, and kind of what will work for you. And that's the number one thing. You need to know what works for you and your life and what you're trying to accomplish. So hopefully this was helpful. And until next time, goodbye.